Hey, what's up, guys? I'm Kip Moore, and new CD came out, Wild Ones. Go get it. But right now, I'm doing the Ask Anything questions for Bobby Bones. So let's go ahead and get to it. Tanya from Columbia, what's your favorite place to stop and eat while you're on the road? Honestly, I got to go with In-N-Out Burger. We don't have one where I live, so when I come on the West Coast, that is my favorite place, and I will dominate 20 double cheeseburgers on you in a heartbeat. I'm all about it. Let's see here. Carol from Atlanta, your buddies Dirks and Tim McGraw fly their own planes. Would you ever want your pilot's license? Hell no. I don't want my pilot's. If you know anything about me, I'm like the worst. I'm forgetful. I wouldn't want to fly myself, and I wouldn't feel comfortable with anybody flying with me because there's a good chance that plane is going down if I'm flying it. So no, I'm not flying a plane. I'll jump out of one, but I'm not flying it. So Jen from Nashville, what song took you? I'm reading over a busted screen from my promotion rep's phone that's absolutely ridiculous that she needs to fix. But what song took you the most time to just get right on Wild Ones? Love all your arrangements, so it's interesting to hear any insight on them. There's a lot of songs on this record that took me a whole lot of time. And I'm noticing that I have a complete mullet right now that I need to get cut. I'm rocking a freaking 1980s Billy Ray Cyrus mullet right now, and I need to do something about that. I just now realized that by looking into this thing. Anyways, the songs that took, I would say Heart's Desire took the most time on this record. It took me months to write. I kept writing. Man, my mullet's driving me crazy right now. Anyways, I realized how nappy it is. Holy freaking cow. So, yeah, I would say Heart's Desire took me forever. I could never get the lyric to match the intensity of the music. I had the whole, ooh, ooh, hey, hey, I'm a raging fire. I had that whole thing forever, but I never knew what I was trying to say. And I happened to step outside one night. I have a bad habit of smoking cigarettes when I write music. And I happened to step outside, and it was like 13 degrees outside. It was in the wintertime in Nashville in January. And I had already written like 3 different lyrics over the top of that melody, but I was so hell-bent on making that lyric great because the melody felt great. So I kept going back and changing it. And as a writer, I feel like sometimes we get lazy. And I feel like I always want to make everything great every time when I'm doing it. So with that one, I happened to step outside and I was smoking a cigarette, and I watched the smoke roll off into the window. And I waited. I was patient on that lyric to come to me, and it finally came to me. And I never in that moment I felt more vulnerable and more alone than I've ever felt my whole life. And the song finally made sense to me. So that first verse rolled out. That was, nights falling on me like a big black coat, staring through the window in the cold, and thick white smoke's rolling off my lips. My chest is feeling heavy like a cannonball, sweat rolling down me like a waterfall because I let love slip through my fingertips. And then all of a sudden the whole song made sense to me. So sometimes you got to wait for that. Wait for it to make sense to you. Don't try to force it sometimes. Whit Lee from Grand Rapids, where do you get the inspiration for the tattoos you have? Well, this one right here is Psalm 40, verse 1 and 2. It's I waited patiently for the Lord. He inclined to me, heard my cry, steadied my steps, and set me on solid ground. I used to read that verse all the time when I first moved to Nashville. You get here and you're actually, for the first time, I moved around a lot in my life, but it was the first time I was actually trying to do something in my life and make something of myself, so that was a scary thing. And especially doing music where you're in a town where there's just so many amazing musicians and writers, all of a sudden you get really insecure about, are you worthy of this whole thing? And just that whole battle of that. And I was living in some really crappy places, and had a good job back home, and I had a girlfriend that I really was crazy about at the time. And it was tough. I was 21, 22 years old, and that was a heavy deal for me at that moment in my life. And my rat tail is gorgeous right now. Anyways, so I would say that. And from Las Vegas, you co-wrote the song Magic, which is on your album with Weston Davis and Luke Dick. How did this song come about? Well, first of all, Luke Dick is a new writer. Let me tuck my mullet behind me. First of all, Luke Dick is a writer. that I just now sort of kind of write with, and he's a quirky bird. I love him to death, and he actually was kind of dabbling around with that. That's how the whole thing kind of started, and for me, I've never been. I get burnt on all these songs that are so just like everything's so I'm picking flowers in the field for my lover, and I get tired of it. And for me, we were just discussing how we never believed in this whole bullshit that it just constantly feels like this fairy tale everybody's singing about. So that's how the idea came about. That first line, well, I never believed in fairy tales, even when I was a kid. It sounded more like another trick just to put us all to bed. And Houdini might escape when he vanished from the scene. So it's about like, okay, so we're talking about like smoke and mirrors and magic. So we decided to title the song Magic. Give me some of that magic, because I don't believe in it. And all of a sudden, maybe I've got a little bit of it here, and I don't want it to vanish. So then it's about writing around that concept and trying to make that concept work. And you're writing around magic, but also relating it to love. So that's how the whole thing came about, and that's how you work it as a writer. So yes, freaking mullet is on point right now. Katie from Fort Atkinson, do you have a specific songwriting process, or do you just write whenever an idea comes to you? Well, I mean, I'm always writing, but I think more recently in the early days I used to it was my job to go in and write every day before I had a record deal, and I would just force something. It was like, okay, I got to write a song today. Whereas now I kind of wait to be inspired. I wait to feel something, and I never noticed how this eye seems more open than this eye. I'm seeing it now, as I'm looking at the camera. It's like I got a lazy eye or something on this side. So it's, anyways. Freaking, I'm just noticing all kind of things. Freaking disgusting mullet. This is a disaster right now. I don't even remember when the hell you asked me, Katie. But yeah, ideas. They come to me at all times, rapid fire. Then I'm kind of scatterbrained, as you can tell. Then I'll forget from it, and I'll come back to it. I'm always singing ideas on my phone, always singing titles, and just constantly kind of writing. So I think I'm going to write about a mullet when I get done with this. Pamela, do you use your tour band recording sessions as well? A lot of times I do. We'll work up parts. We do overdubs. So yeah, I mean, there's definitely been times when I'll use my drummer on one session, I'll use my bass player on one session, my guitar player. It's just kind of, then sometimes it's all of us together. It all kind of varies, because I also have guys like Rob McNally and Jimmy Lee Sloas and Matt Bubell, and these people that I've had bonds with for a long time in the town, even before with my band. So I'm connected musically with these other people too that I like to get around. So it's, you know what I mean? So a lot of times I'm just writing music and recording it for other artists or whatever. So I'm using different guys, and it all kind of varies. You are digging this mullet right now. I know you are. Freaking sweet. You've impacted so many lives like Springsteen has for you. If you had the chance to say one thing to Springsteen, what would it be? I don't know that I need to say anything. That's I just appreciate the guy. I just appreciate people that care about what they do and don't take it as a joke. He's worked tirelessly at his craft, and I think more of the thing, it's just more of a respect thing for anybody, whatever they're doing in their life, when they're hard, trying to be great at that. But I don't need to convey anything to him. I mean, his music has been, a big inspiration for me. So, what is your favorite state to play in? Ben from New Orleans. Ben. It's a tough question. I've got a lot of places that I love to play, and it's a hard thing to narrow that down to an answer that's, it's no secret how much I love playing in Boston, how much I love the people in Boston and the town, and how they've always supported me. Minneapolis has been huge. there's so many areas, Detroit, and I kind of start to notice it's just a lot of these blue collar towns. I think they can relate to me and the music, and we're out west right now, and the people out west have just been amazing to us. It's hard to say. Montana has been a really big hotbed for us in the band. The people really seem to grasp what we're doing, and have always treated us so good. I don't really know how to. There's been so many places that I'm leaving out. New York City and Jersey area, and all of the East Coast, Northeast run. They've just been really behind us. So I don't know, Ben. Been a lot of good places, all over the country. So I don't have one spot. Ashley from Canton. What is your favorite vacation spot? Anywhere that I get to rock this mullet in glory, like where I can just throw it around. Man, it's out of control. I never realized how out of control it was until this video. Favorite vacation spot? So far, I would probably say Maui. I mean, I just have such a connection with the Hawaiian Islands anyway. I lived out there for a while, and I just love being there. I love the surf there. I love being in town and the whole energy of everything about it. But I've had a lot of good places that I've gone to. But I go to Maui usually every December. Like after the tour's over, I'll go there till mid-January, and I just stay the whole time, man. And I'm just kind of bouncing all over. So, yeah, that's what I would say. You see that? Kim Mocala, favorite memory recording Wild Ones. What experience stands out the most to you? Kim, I would say That Was Us. Recording That Was Us. Probably my favorite song on the record. It's been a song that I've lived with for a while, and initially wasn't on the first body of work, and coming back to it and then watching it really come to life. Some really cool bass riffs in this song, and just it feels magical when you're listening to it. It makes you just want to just drive down some old back road late at night, roll down the windows, blare it, maybe have a little something in your left hand, maybe a little, I don't know, it just if you feel it right here, and it just came to life when we were recording it, and I just reconnected with that song so much during the recording process. So I would probably say that one stands out for me. Macy from Stockton, do you already have an idea what song you would like to release for your next single? I do. What's it to you? It ain't called Blue. I need some food. I don't chew. Somebody gotta do. What was the question? Oh yeah, do you already have a single? I do. I don't like to chew. It ain't called Blue. No, I'm just kind of not gonna do it again. Flu. I do. But I ain't gonna tell you. Bam! Vicky. What's your most meaningful song on the new album? That's a tough question. What's the most meaningful? I think a lot of them are very meaningful for me. I don't have a most meaningful. I would say that Heart's Desire and Comeback Kid are probably the most just laying myself out there kind of thing. Yeah. See how awkward we can make this. Jamie from Haines City. Jamie Haynes from the city. What is the one thing you are most looking forward to doing your upcoming tour? Getting squaggy-laggy with it. What? What is the most thing? Somebody's calling you from Dixon, Tennessee, and what'd you say? The most exciting thing is, I mean, like this new record. I've been killing myself on this thing to get it out. I grew out a mullet during the meantime. I've been so just like determined on this thing that I just let myself go. So I'm excited to get to stretch my legs and to play a whole set, you know, and I love opening up, you know, don't get me wrong, it's been great being on this Dirks tour, but to get to play a new record, a new tour, I feel like the energy is going to be through the roof, so I'm just excited to see people singing the new stuff. So that's what I would say. Suzanne from St. James, Suzanne St. James, what is your favorite song right now that is not yours? Favorite song that's not mine. Well, I don't like talking about anybody else but myself. So, favorite song right now that's not mine. Let me think about that. Honestly, I think I'd say Imagine Dragons' Hopeless Opus. That song, song's a canvas for me that it's a different canvas every time I look at it. It makes me feel all these weird things that I don't know. I love the song. I freaking love that song. Great band. April, what age did you first start songwriting? Eclair, Wisconsin. I was writing shitty songs at 15, 16. When I first started writing what I think are real songs, I would say in my, early 20s I hit my stride and started really writing. I dabbled in it up until then. I played in bands in college and every Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday night kind of thing, playing cover tunes, and I'd, play one original song that I'd written that month, whatever, that kind of thing, but like really writing and writing stuff I was proud of in my early 20s. But I've been writing for a long time. I mean, I started writing songs when I was 16, so, but they were shitty, about like my shitty mullet right now. And which city is your favorite venue to perform? Tammy from Tifton. Oh, I know who this is. Which city is your favorite venue to perform? I don't know how to answer that, Tammy. There's a lot of good ones. As far as venues, the Ryman was a special. I mean, that's the mother, of country music. That's the mother church. That was a special stage to step onto. And to get to play a whole show there and headline was special. But the Gorge was amazing. Red Rocks is pretty breathtaking. There's certain places just have a magic to them when you walk in. And the Ryman was definitely that place for me that probably had the most magic for me. Catherine from Midland Park, what is the last random act of kindness that you did? I reached out my hand and I said, stranger, what can I do for you? I cut my mullet for somebody and I gave them my locks because they needed last random act of kindness. I paid for Hannah's breakfast this morning. That was my last random act of kindness. Because she looked like she was in a bad place. And I said, you know what? Daddy's got this. Daddy's taking this home. And I said, I'll feed you. And I'll clothe you. And random act of kindness. Catherine, how am I supposed to answer that? Well, I was such a good person yesterday, and I said, sir, Catherine, There may be things that I've done, but I'm not going to talk about them on this. I don't do it like that. So, Catherine, your question is dismissed. You're fired. Maria from Hawthorne. If you could perform one song with Bruce Springsteen, what would it be? Mine! One of mine. How about that, Maria? No, I kid. I kid. Maria's like, you're such a bastard. I'd perform, holy cow, my mullet's out of control. It is out of control. I had no idea. My promotion rep, Anna's just dying back here. She's starving, and she's pissed because I'm just not just flying through these things, and I'm having fun with this thing, and what was the question? If I could perform
one song with Bruce Springsteen.
If I could perform one song with Bruce Springsteen, you just reminded me. She's starving. I'm sorry. Like, we've been up since 5 a.m. and she's like hasn't eaten, and she's like, oh my gosh, it's lunchtime. I'm ready to go eat, and anyways, one song I could perform. Maria, so many. Honestly, One Step Up, I probably relate to the most. I love this song. Beautiful song. I love it. I love it a whole lot. That one, or for different reasons, Badlands. I'd love to get down on that thing and sing some high harmonies, and yeah. So, Ryan from Manchester. Where were you the first time you heard yourself on the radio? Describe how you felt. I was in Akron, Ohio. Miss Sue Wilson, my homegirl, played it. QMX and WQMX, and it was a cool feeling, man. She's always been a big supporter. It was my first time. We were all in the van together. We used to travel and play the country in a van, and so yeah, I would say yeah, that was it. Lisa from Boston. On a night out with the band, who gets the wildest? That all depends. It varies. Manny's not scared. Manny's never scared, but I mean, me and Manny, I would say it's, and then Dave, man, like, see, it's like this, like, Dave's like Wooderson on Dazed and Confused. He's just like, he gets like on another kind of thing. Adam goes to Pluto. Adam makes no sense. He talks belligerently. Adam is the guy that when he's been drinking heavily, he wants to make you think that he's sober, so he goes out of his way to like talk really like proper, and he talks really fast, and none of it makes sense, but yet he's trying to make you think he's okay, and he's like, his eyes get really big, he gets really bug-eyed. Manny talks more trash than any human being you've ever seen in your life when he drinks. He's a lovable dude, though. He's never in a bad mood, and he just starts talking so much smack in a fun way, but it gets old, it gets annoying. Me, man, I'm just all over the place. I'm a dancing machine. Freaking, I got moods. I break out swag moods. Well, we can all get a little wild. Eric is a freaking walking encyclopedia when he gets to drinking, because he's brilliant. He really is. He really is. He's one of the smartest people I've ever been around. He went to college to be a history teacher, and he just like, he starts babbling about all that stuff that nobody gives a shit about. But I love him. Anyways, Sandra from Phoenix. What new country artist out there? Man, this is your phone. Get your screen fixed. What new country artist out now are you a fan of? I dig Cam's new song. I dig my buddy Chris Cavanaugh. He's coming out with me on tour. Mr. Michael Ray's coming out with me on tour. I'm kind of blanking right now. Like, it's not that I don't. I'm just kind of like. I'm in one of those scattered places. I kind of dig. Not kind of. I really dig Claire Dunn's record. She's a badass. She actually plays. She plays very well. Writes and sings great. Yeah, she's good. She's really good. Anyways, thanks to Bobby Bones, for letting me come in today and hang out with you guys and talk about the new record for a minute, for a split second, early on, and answer you guys' questions about the record, and just to get a chance to hang out. I hope you guys get a chance to come to the tour this fall and sing along with the songs. And thank y'all so much. I know I joke a lot, but I'm grateful, so grateful for you guys and the way you guys have supported us during this whole lull, waiting on this record. Thank you so much, and it means the world to us. And see you guys soon. Later.